Hey everyone, ErnieTech here, and what I want to do in this video is talk about the ErnieTech 3270 BBS by Moshix, and I have it up and running. I've been playing with this thing now for a while, probably 2 or 3 weeks of solid getting to know her. One of the things I wanted to do is get it up and running on my virtual private server, the Hetzner one that I have, which I believe is hosted, one of the server farms or one of the servers, wherever it is hosted here in the States. But nevertheless, I have used others like Vultr and Akamai and Linode, and I don't have a preference. I just kind of choose them based upon how nicely the interface is to the admin panel. So the online admin panel from Hetzner was pretty cool, pretty nice, and the thing's it's just doggone cheap. It's like $5 a month. So that's where she's running. It is a Ubuntu 2.4.07 instance. She's got a 40 gig of memory, more than I got, and 2 gig of RAM, and it's a shared CPU. That's pretty much it. So anyway, up at the top, you will see this is what you would use as the host and the port. So fire up your favorite 3270 emulator. I use WC3270, which is in that suite of free emulators, which is WX3270 and C3270 from the command line on Linux and so on. But WC3270 for me is cool because it's sort of, there's no real user in it. There's no GUI. It's un-GUI. It's, yeah. So this is what you're going to see. Get that all set up. I'm not going to give you the hand-holding thing unless you want it, but I can tell you there's a bazillion videos out there. I think even Moshix has one that tells you how to set up your WC3270 or your emulator to log into these things. Now, not into this because this is special. Mostly it's to log into an instance of VMS, or in my case, VM370 or whatever, Hercules. All right, this is what you're going to see when you first log in, the welcome screen. If you haven't got yourself an account, you can set up right here. I'm going to talk a little bit, so bear with me. I'll try to be as brief as possible, but there's not a whole lot going on my BBS right now because there's, well, obviously nobody there. I just turned it on this morning. I just made it available to the public. Everything's going on Moshix's. But I believe what the case is going to be, over time, if enough people get their own instance up and running, there's going to be a federation of Moshix's 3270 BBSs running. And that federation will then let us log into our favorite server that, you know, this one, and still be able to participate in the forums and messaging and things from the other servers. This is my hope, dude, or as they say in the movie. So, yeah, so when you log into this, you won't see pretty much anything happening yet, but go ahead and try it anyway. I would like to get some people on there so that we can expand. We can expand the world of 3270 BBS. Okay, there it is. What you do is you hit the F5 key. Right there, register as a new user. For when you do that, you will be sent into, and this is how I do my little videos, little sleight of hand here. Let me show you. You'll be sent into this screen. So this is the live instance. What you just saw a few seconds ago was the fake instance. No, it was just a welcome screen capture. Let's create a new user. Let's call him, just for fun, I love CMS. Give it a password. Any password will do. But I'm not really sure what your limitations are. Be creative. And so I'm going to create a password that I know nobody will know, he said. I don't think that's the case. Put in your city or your email. Call it, whatever it is. I love CMS at your email.com. I need more coffee today. And any town, your favorite country. Or not your favorite country, a country, whatever the case is. And then press enter. And if it worked, it did. It's going to kick you right in, and there you are. That's how easy it is. The way it works is this. If you should lose your information, it's going to ask you some questions, and the questions have to correspond with the questions that you answered when you created your account, like your email, your city, country, and so on. So I think if those things match, then you'll be able to reset your password. So don't lose your password. This is what you're going to see on Moshix's machine, on my machine, on others who are working to set one up. I don't know of any others that are running right now, so let me know if you know. I know that Moshix and I have one because I just put mine on this morning. What can I tell you? If you haven't seen my other videos, it's pretty much the same thing. Now, this is the latest version, so whatever improvements... Wait, more coffee. Hold on. Just so you know, this is the first day in... I don't know, weeks, where it hasn't been absolutely sweltering. Today's in the low 70s, which is absurd for an August, but I'll take it. Even if the humidity is 99%, which it is, low 70s, I'll take it. Anyhow, so I can drink hot coffee and not feel sweaty about it. All right, over here you're going to see the user, I love CMS, your time, online. Nobody's in chat, obviously, because it's just me and you. The latest version, your calendar. Moshix has made a lot of improvements to this. So if I go into, let's say, the calendar, now there's no events, but right down here you can see how you can create. You can create new ones, move, whatever the case is. So let's say I make I want to add a new one. So let's say 5. F5. What's the date? What's the time? What's the duration? How long is this going to last? Title, go to the dentist. Actually, I did go to the dentist recently, and it was not bad at all. Description, go to the dentist. Now, can you replace Gmail's or Google's Calendar? Can you replace your Outlook? No, not yet. But perhaps over time, this will be something that we can use in lieu of all of the, shall I say the quiet part out loud, all the risky stuff out there, which seems to be constantly getting compromised by the baddies, even though they're run by the companies who should know better. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, you want to save it, you just press the appropriate button. And there it is. This is the kind of fun stuff that you can do. And as always, so many of the keys are just the same keys over and over, like the F3 gets you back to wherever you were from wherever you were. No private chat now or chat because, well, you know, I can talk to myself, I guess. Messages, the same thing. Marketplace, I've got nothing to sell to myself. I can look up new users, but it's just me for now. I know that I have to go to the dentist because I put it in my calendar, but what if I have some other fun stuff here? Half the system activity. Well, here are things that are running or not running. So right now, I do have the HTTPD server running, and it's on port 9000. I know why it's there, and that's fine, but it just doesn't interest me. There's another guy who I created. I love IBM right here, but that's just another guy. I love CMS is me. So there's information about the different kinds of services and stuff that are running right now. I do have the FTPD. More coffee? Sure. Why not? Hold on. I always like looking at Bucky. He looks so happy. If you haven't looked up Buc-ee's, just do it. There's no Buc-ee's near me. I mean, 5 hours away, they're going to make a Buc-ee's. I'm goofy enough to drive the 5 hours. I really am. The only Buc-ee's that I have been to, for liking Buc-ee's so much, the only one I've ever been to is down near Daytona. But they're making another one in Fort Pierce, Florida, and I have one of my buddies who lives down there, and I go down and see him a couple times a year. So now I have another reason to go down and visit this friend of mine, Buc-ee's. Yep. All right. So I have the FTPD server running so that I can upload messages from the home machine and things in that. I really want to see more people use this so it actually can become a thing. All right. Messages, I can't do anything with messages right now because there's nobody out there. User Rolodex, well, I can look up myself and the other guy I created who is myself. System, well, let's go back in this again, just for fun. All right, well, now you know what? Now I'm going to hop out of here. Something interesting. M is always interesting, no matter what in life. Here's a pro tip. No matter what you're asked to do, just say M. and people will leave you alone. Your life will transform immediately if, in response to every question you're ever asked, you just say, M, and walk away. And your life will be 1,000% better. I guarantee it. All right, same kind of a thing here. You can see these same things on the Moshix machine, but now you're on my machine. Balloon, blackjack, doors. Now, doors are fun, except that you have to set something up which has got some value. So right now I have a VM370 Community Edition instance running on the same Hetzner. And it does work, and it does connect, but it's not always reliable getting back to here. Even though most of the time, yeah, you wait a few seconds, sometimes it doesn't come back. And I have to experiment and talk to some people about why. But there's other things out there as well. Now, I had mentioned before that I have been playing around with this MUD. In case you don't know what a MUD is, it's a text-based game. It's like a dungeon game that you just type. You read and type. Sounds boring, and frankly, it's incredibly boring, except that I have some ideas to make one that is kind of mainframe-oriented. I'll tell you about it in another video. It's something in the back of my head. It may be a wintertime project for when I'm, I don't feel like going outside and mowing the lawn, but stay tuned on that one. I'm not sure how it's going to work. It's going to have to run on something that can connect through this remote host interface. More things to talk about with our friend Moshix. Backing up, let's see what other things are out there. So it looks like this is active, which is great. So there's some financial data and cross-table rate change exchanges, which is good if you travel a lot. I used to, and now I don't. I will get back to it. But I know Moshix travels a lot. But my next big travel thing is probably Iceland, and then back to Ireland, which is, as an Irish guy, I go there a lot. Anyway, that's another topic. Forex Wordle is nice because if you're actually playing competitively on Moshix's machine, and this would be a great thing. I'm going to talk to Moshix about this. If you want to play Wordle against the Wordle against the world, I like that. Let's do that 3 times fast. You do it 3 times fast, and then I'll wait. Okay. We have to do it by another federated type of environment where people who are participating on their machine or Moshix's machine or my machine, their stats, their time, however they win are compared to others from other machines. And now that would be cool. Screensaver is pretty neat. It just kind of sits there and clicks away. It's got sort of a 60s vibe to it if you're, I don't know, in a movie theater or a bowling alley. All right, pop it out of there. So there's a lot of things to do here, and let me bring this back out again. You can edit your profile, that's the extended menu, Rolodex, and so on. Many of these things are, of course, better with other people, but we're not there yet. And let's see where this all goes. I want it to go somewhere, and I think it will. All right, that's what you're going to get if you use my machine for now. What I would like, if you would indulge me, if you'd be so kind, is set up an account on the machine. Even though there's nothing to do here, just go ahead and set it up because I want to make sure that it's robust. I want to make sure this thing doesn't cause a lot of grief where I have to drop it and bring it up again, because once the database is made, of course, I'm doing the backups of the database. There's a whole process to it as far as I can tell. I don't want to lose anything because that's the greatest way you're going to just destroy your reputation. If you're BBS, I don't care if it's an old school Mystic BBS or an RBBS or anything from back in the day, if that database is corrupted and all of your people they can't log in anymore, you're toast. That's it. That's all the bottom line is. So I wanted to make sure when I brought this thing online that it was going to be consistent, and I think it's going to be. All right, so please, if you would, create yourself a little account, and let's keep track of this, touch base on Moshix's machine, and then when the day comes that we're going to federate things, then we can start connecting them together. All right, the usual stuff is extra log off. Now, like in any TSO session, because the whole point of this is to emulate the environment of a mainframe. What's the point of doing this if we don't have the environment that we like, than with just any other BBS. You can still have commands that you are ready, even though you're back at the command prompt. So all the commands that you would want right there, if you want to go back in, I'll just show you real quick. If you want to go back into where we left off, you just type in menu. And that's a really common thing. And if I want to go back into log off and help again, so we can remember the different things. For instance, menu and ISPF are the same thing, because in ISPF, that's the kind of menu you would see if you were running in an MVS or a Z environment. Your uptime users who, right now it should only be, I love CMS, I love IBM users in the last 5 minutes. The total active users are 2 people, both me, and that's pretty much it. So at the end, when you're all done, you type log off, you hit the green button, and she tells you a little story, and then she pops you back. It won't pop it, not to here. It's going to it will turn off. It will your emulator screen, which is intentional. Okay. Well, that's it. It's not a lot right now, but I wanted to let everybody know that I now have a BBS running, a 3270 BBS by Moshix, running on my Hetzner VPS. I am no expert at this by any stretch of the imagination, but the point is, you don't have to be either. So if anybody is thinking about getting involved in all this kind of stuff, this esoteric stuff that we're playing with under Moshix's sort of tutelage, don't be intimidated by it. If I can figure it out, you can figure it out. That's the truth. Okay. Thanks for watching, as always. Thanks for subscribing. Subscribe if you haven't already. And let's see this get somewhere. It would really be fun. All right. That's all for now. Talk to you later. Goodbye.